Alright, here we are, chapter 4-1. Start out by getting a phone call. Just click your way through that, or get the storyline if you want. And since we've already looted here, we don't really need to bother with the loot. So we're just going to continue on and find our path. And this one I do believe we're taking that side path going down. Yep. Alright. First thing you're going to want to do is go straight forward. She's not going to follow you, so she won't be in the way. Just making sure I'm reloaded. Always make sure you're topped off before you go into an area that might have a battle. And then these guys are pretty simple. As long as you can aim. Go through, collect our loot. And here you have an option. You can either sit back and take this one guy out real quick. And I don't even think he tries to move. He just sits there and lets you shoot him. But for some timing, we're going to go ahead and use a grenade. And very important, if you do this, make sure you don't hit the fence. It will not go through the bars. Probably should have jumped over before throwing it, but yeah, silly mistakes. Now this one can be interesting. I'm just gonna end up using another grenade on it because every time you try to get a name on him, it turns at you. And if you have the flame grenade, you pretty much just have to hit that back wall behind where he's standing, and you'll be able to get him. I'm just gonna try to conserve some ammo here. And then we have our centerpiece of the Chimera. Just pistol whipper. Alright, every time you get into a new area, always look for the loot. And then we're going to go into the Grand Hall. Now here, I'm not sure if we missed the treasure earlier, or if there's another one that spawns in later. It's hard to say. I didn't go back and look, but there's a good chance I just missed it. I'm just out here. I don't believe there's anything out here worth getting, but behind this picture, you do have some gold bars. Alright, even though that picture did not come off the wall, the one on the other side will. And also it has gold bars, I believe. Yep. And then I just got curious on how many pictures would actually come down. Now we need to go in here to get to the treasure. And it's actually along these statues here. I believe it's the third one down. No, that's just a velvet blue. Maybe I ended up missing it that time. Hopefully I didn't miss it for the whole time. Oh, and we do have the shooting range coming up. We'll be doing it in the middle of this, and I will speed through the one fail I think I had. There might be 2 fails in there somewhere.
Welcome.
But first, we're gonna go to the shop.
Got some rare things on sale. What are you selling? Is that all, stranger?
And I just really don't want these flashbangs. Having one might be handy, but not so many. Okay, the green gem there, I do believe that was one of the things that fell off the statue, so it must be the second statue down that had the treasure.
Thank you. What are you buying?
And I do believe I bought the scope eventually.
What are you buying?
Might just be making room for it right now, or seeing if I'm going to have gold left after doing upgrades.
Is that all, stranger? Thank you. Thank you. What are you buying?
And you know what? I realized I missed my opportunity.
Is that all, stranger?
I could have used the rocket launcher later on, but I guess we're going to save that for later. Alright, now we have our semi-automatic rifle. And we're going to see about making room for that scope.
Thank you. Is that all, stranger? Thank you. What are you buying?
Definitely going to upgrade that one, especially before we do the test, but we're not going to worry about the capacity.
Thank you. Come back anytime.
Alright, and always, well, we're going to go in here, I guess, first. But when you buy an attachment for a weapon, you always want to go straight into your bag and attach it to the weapon. That way you know it's on there, you don't have to worry about it later. Unless the problem is that you need the scope off, and then you kind of have to go in there and take it off. Alright, we got that first one. And now we're moving on to the second round. This one is a win, so I'm going to go ahead and show it. And then we knocked that one out of the park. And for the next one here, we have the striker. The main thing is you want to make sure that you aim pretty much like right where their chin or maybe even their mouth is. You don't want to aim too high. And if you get a couple 250s from shooting through them, it's alright. And definitely just move to the side whenever you're trying not to shoot her. It would just be very, very beneficial. because of something like that. And even though we had minus 1,000, we still got 4,000 above the bonus prize. So we'll take both the trophies and move on to the next. Now the rifle, I really don't like. It's not my personal favorite. Because you're going to put the clip in, pull the hammer back, shoot, rinse and repeat with the hammer. So you got that, and you can't just go straight over and shoot. You have to pull that back and then go back into aiming. I guess if you're one for quick scoping, it's a pretty good option. I'm just failing on that one. Alright, 11,000, and we got 13,750. And another double prize. And that's the end of this one. So we're going to go back into campaign and finish out this section. Alright, and this is where we go if you want to go get the treasure. And I do believe it is part of the story anyway, so you may have to come here. But you're just going to push these statues over to the pressure plates. Doesn't matter which one goes where. And then you take the last one. And I was almost afraid to go in there. I was thinking spikes would come up out of the ground at me. But we just got these red circles on the ceiling. Shoot those and it'll stop the ceiling from caving in. It actually gives you a reasonable amount of time to figure it out. And she's always getting trapped. So now this one we're not going to use the pistol because we want to make sure we end it quickly. And you got two options. You have the Magnum and you have the rifle. And this is where I realized I didn't attach it right away. And we're going to test out that zoom. That's a pretty good zoom. Alright, down one and down two. And because this is semi-automatic, I didn't have to pull the hammer back. Alright, there's that treasure piece. Alright, now we've made our way through there. We're gonna go back the main direction. And I got a little bit turned around. But this is the proper way. You go into fighting people. And because we have Ashley with us, we're just going to try to keep it nice and simple. Kill them off quickly. Get rid of some regular grenades. And always make sure to tell her to stay. Because when she gets close and then you have to back away, it's always in the way. And some of these guys do have the helmets on their head, so make sure you're paying attention to that and you don't waste a magnum shot for it. And then we're going to tell her to follow. Just kind of got curious if I could jump out the window for anything. And we're placing the goblet. And going to the ballroom. Pick up some treasure along the way. And don't forget to jump out the window on this one. We're going to climb up. Oh, first we're going to pick up an herb. And we really probably should have told her to wait down below. But now that she's up here, we're going to have to catch her when we go back down. And we have a giant cocoon. Now, you may be tempted to try and kill that giant thing, blow it up, or knock it down, something. You're not going to really want to have to even try any of that. But once you get a little bit in there, that you got these little buggers flying around. And we're just going to switch to our normal pistol. And, oh, no. I thought we were going to move to the shotgun also. Alright, now I think the first time I played this, it took me forever to figure it out. So don't feel bad if you don't figure it out the first time, but you're going to want to shoot the hinges. And then you got some more bugs that come up here. If you're lucky and they land on the ground, they do drop some loot. Or at least they have a chance to. Alright, and we're going to the merchant. Do some selling, see what kind of tune-ups we can do.
Selling. Is that all, stranger? Ah, thank you. What are you buying? Is that
Yep.
all, stranger?
And yep, definitely go for that power.
Thank you.
10,000, not nearly enough. And not enough.
Come back anytime.
Now, I would recommend every chance you get from here, go ahead and save. I do believe there's 2 or 3 more before we get to the end. And because of the final boss and because of the firing range, it's a really long video. So I hope you guys stick it out and watch it all the way through.
If you even
Alright. Yep, here's another save. They're basically warning you, hey, this spot coming up is a place where you will die. And if you've never done it before, there's a good chance you will die, even if you've seen a good video on it. Alright. And we're just going to make this one quick. And there is actually a tactic for me standing back here. Want to get him all the way down here, right in our little comfort zone. And he is a little bit harder to work with this time, I believe. Yeah, those pillars, if he gets close to him, he'll just start swinging. It doesn't even matter to him. And I got lucky, that one killed him. Alright, now there is a guy just inside that doorway. We can go ahead and grab our loot here. It's not going to bother us. But I decided to have fun with it, and it just turned out into an awesome outcome. And I was just making sure I had the right grenade equipped. There we go. So if you throw it just a little bit before him and try to land it right underneath his feet, it just turns into a pile of mush. Alright, I got lucky here. I didn't have an arm motion. I just had a button push. Because I actually had forgotten that we have a reaction scene coming up. And then we have this. And although it might be a little bit morbid, go around, check out the dead bodies. Make sure they don't have anything in their hands. And if your inventory gets full, like I do here, you can always just sell some stuff and make some more room.
Got some rare things. What are you selling? Is that all, stranger?
And I tell you what, I actually do regret selling some of these heals. I might have been able to sell one of them, but I probably should have kept the other.
Thank you. What are you buying?
So we're not going to go ahead and buy anything. I'm going to check our tune-up. And we have enough to do it. So we're going to get it.
Thank you. Come back anytime.
And continue looting. And don't forget, always save, 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 save. Now I'm not sure what it was I heard, but I did think I heard a sound, and I really thought there was some kind of enemy coming up behind me. And this is a multiple reaction area. And you can go down here, get some of the stories saying, oh, I can't go this way because the elevator's out. So we'll have to go back through this way. And you're going to check in this corridor. And we're going to be like, oh no, we have the LN2. So let's go over here. I actually don't even know what all that LN2 thing was about. Unless it's just trying to hint to you about later. that they are coming into play. And just always keep your guard up. Every time you see the rocks start to fall, get ready to react in some sort of way. And then grab and pull the lever. And here soon I will be speeding it up. I actually kind of panicked here at the beginning, and I thought I pushed the button. But it is not the big red button that you push, it is the tiny little red one. And now we have our guy coming in here. And even though you may be tempted to shoot him like that, you really don't want to. You're just going to waste your ammo. As you see I do here, because I kind of panic. Well, not here, but when he's white and he's frozen, his defenses are weaker. You can actually shoot him and damage him. And I really do wish that I thought about using the rocket launcher, because I wonder if you can kill him in this area and just go on to the next part without having to worry about anything. But we're going to go ahead and speed this up, get through this quickly, and I'll slow it back down when I get to actually pushing the button. Because I just kept running around and around like, why is the door not opening? What am I doing? What am I missing? Is there something I'm supposed to push or blow up or whatever? So eventually I finally end up going back to the door. And that's when I noticed that there's the smaller button right there. I'm like, I feel so stupid. So we get hurt doing that, and the door is not going to open for a while. So we're going to heal up and just waste some time. And although it's not recommended to really waste your ammo on him, it is with a shotgun anyway, it is a good way to kind of stun him for just a second. Come on, let me go. I'm running for my life here. Okay, that's what I went in there for. I was about to say I forgot what I was going in there for, but I had forgot to switch the Magnum off and put the regular pistol on. Because I actually wasted a handful of Magnum ammo, possibly even all of it. Alright, now I got him wounded again. Just run through here. I'll play a little peekaboo behind the table. And then we'll jump on this thing. And this is when you'll want to have your strong weapon out and just unload on him. Now, if you don't end up killing him there, I don't know if you can kill him without freezing him, but I wish you luck if you end up having to try. Or maybe you could run in here and hit the button real quick and get away somehow that way. And that's the end of this one, and we'll see you next time around. Still keeping about an 82%.